Story. Authorities in Buffalo, New York say an 18-year-old motivated by hate killed 10 people and wounded 3 others in a mass shooting he live streamed on social media. It happened at a supermarket today. The suspect has been identified as Peyton Gendron. This is video from his arraignment earlier this evening. Police say he was wearing body armor and military-style clothing when he pulled up to Tops Friendly Market and opened fire, first in the parking lot and then inside of the store. He reportedly had the N-word written or etched on one of his weapons. And police say he posted a manifesto online filled with white supremacist ideology.
This was pure evil. It was straight up racially motivated hate crime from somebody outside of our community, outside of the city of good neighbors.
The store where the shooting took place is in a predominantly black neighborhood. 11 of the victims are black, 2 white. The FBI is investigating this shooting as a hate crime.
This is breaking news from Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And that breaking news is in Western New York, where at least 10 people have been killed at a grocery store in Buffalo.
Witnesses say a man armed with a rifle entered that market and opened fire. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Joe Torres. The situation in Buffalo is still very fluid. New updates coming in by the minute. Eyewitness News reporter Naveen Dhaliwal joins us from the newsroom with the breaking details. Naveen?
Yeah, Sandra, Joe, the situation is getting worse with every update, but we can report this is no longer an active shooting with a suspect in custody at this time. Shots rang out around 2:30 this afternoon at a Tops supermarket. A witness told a reporter at our sister station in Buffalo that they heard dozens of shots. Buffalo police confirm several people were hit, and there are reports that at least 10 people have been killed. Of course, this situation is very highly fluid and the circumstances could change. Now, Governor Hochul tweeting that she is monitoring the situation and urging everyone to stay away from the scene. People have gathered around the store waiting for word on what is happening inside and if they know anybody who has been killed. The shooting leaving many of them in shock.
It's something that is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's hard to even muster. It's unbelievable. I'm lost of words. So we do come together for one another in a time of grieving. Yes, we're pretty good. Everyone's pretty good and respectful of one another. But this right here, this is a cry out. It's just hard to explain.
A cry out for help.
Definitely, most definitely.
Again, a very fluid situation, and the details are pouring into our newsroom. Now, not much yet on the shooter, but again, he is in custody. I'll have another update coming up on Eyewitness News at 6 o'clock.
We begin tonight with that breaking news, a mass shooting in Buffalo, New York. Witnesses say a gunman dressed in army fatigues and a helmet walked into a supermarket and then opened fire on shoppers and staff. At least 10 people are dead, several more wounded. Officials say the FBI is investigating the shooting as both a hate crime and racially motivated violent extremism. First responders encountering numerous victims at the scene. The suspected shooter, who police say was armed with a rifle, was taken into custody. Relatives of those who were inside the supermarket, among those gathering at the scene, anxious for word on their loved ones. Witnesses say they heard dozens of shots fired. And tonight we're told President Biden and the Attorney General have both been briefed. ABC's Phil Lipoff leading us off with late details just coming in.
Tonight, at least 10 people shot and killed after a gunman walked into a Buffalo supermarket in a predominantly black neighborhood and opened fire.
This is the worst nightmare that any community can face.
Several onlookers describing the gunman as a white man dressed in military fatigues. Shoppers running for their lives, people living nearby, horrified.
My God, I never thought in my lifetime at my age that I would live to see something like this in my community.
The horrific scene unfolding inside the Tops Friendly Market shortly after 2:30 this afternoon.
Radio send as many cars as you possibly can.
Buffalo police quickly taking the suspected shooter into custody.
The suspect put the gun to his own neck. Buffalo police personnel, 2 patrol officers, talked the suspect into dropping the gun. He dropped the gun, took off some of his tactical gear, surrendered at that point.
Late tonight, that suspect identified as Peyton Gendron of Conklin, New York. As he was being arraigned in court, the FBI searching his home 200 miles away from the shooting scene.
This is a day of great sadness for all of us in the city of Buffalo.
Just an awful scene in Buffalo tonight. Phil Lipoff joining us now. And Phil, development's still moving quickly. What more are you learning from investigators?
Well, we've just learned that the suspected shooter here is 18 years old, drove hours to get to this particular supermarket, and then when there, live streamed the shooting as it was happening. Once he was inside the supermarket, he himself was actually shot by a retired Buffalo police officer doing security at the supermarket, but it had no effect because he was wearing body armor. 11 of the 13 people he shot were black. The FBI is now investigating this as a hate crime. Whit.
All right, Phil, thank you. And as we noted, the scene's still very active at this hour. Let's go straight to reporter Ed Dranch from our Buffalo affiliate WKBW at the scene with what's happening now. Ed.
With Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown calling this the worst nightmare for any community. Here tonight in Buffalo, 10 people shot and killed inside this Tops Friendly Market, a major grocery store chain here in Western New York. A number of those people were shot inside the store. A number of people were also wounded inside the store. Here tonight, you can still see a very active scene here. We should let you know the suspect is in custody. And according to eyewitnesses, we're told this man was on a mission, armed heavily, dressed in fatigues and camouflage. What this man's motive was, still unclear tonight, Whit.
All right, Ed, our thanks to you tonight.